I've made 2 separate videos on the villains of Gotham, and I thought I'd do the same for Batwoman, since there's a lot of different Batman villains who appear here too, and I love talking about anything Batman related. And like Gotham, this is only part 1 of 2. Alice, or Beth, is probably my favorite character from the show, well, other than Luke. She's the Penguin of Batwoman, with her origin of trauma growing her into becoming a great villain. But we then got to see and witness her story continue after that. We got to see her grow and become redeemed. And I'm really sad that the show didn't get a season 4, or else we probably would have gotten to see her story continue from being just wanting to be redeemed to actually being redeemed. But unfortunately, the show did get canceled. Poison Ivy, Bridget Reagan's version of Poison Ivy, is honestly great. In fact, my only problem with her is that she didn't appear more. I found her very empathetic with her story about her brother, but also a very big threat due to her being practically Mother Nature. And I did like that the character was portrayed as being very, she seemed very strong and very powerful, which I think is important to say that Poison Ivy is probably one of the only Batman villains that is a metahuman. Also, I really wish there was a season 4, because I would have loved to see her come back with Renee Montoya, who I thought she had a very strong and realistic relationship with. Black Mask, he's an interesting one. I think at times he made a great villain, a great foe for Batwoman, Alice, Batwing, etc. Other times I found him very annoying and a nails on a chalkboard. I thought he made great one-liners and he came across very threatening when he was, killing people and was making jokes as he had characters restrained and kidnapping people. But when he was doing those very long monologues, it was very preachy and very hard to watch. So personally, I think his character is really a mixed bag. At some points, he is a great villain. At other points, I want to reach into the screen and punch him. And that's really a lot to say with Black Mask. Safiyah, I liked her as an ongoing foil in a Ra's al Ghul type role on Batwoman, with her still having a respect for Batwoman while she's still a villain. Although I felt like she was kind of disappeared after being put into a coma, as last we heard of her, she was in a back alley, practically almost dead, but that we never hear anything else about her. So personally, I think her character was probably going to appear in season 4 if there was one, but she didn't. So, again, we didn't get a payoff because it got canceled. Whisper. She made a good henchwoman to Safiyah. Wasn't amazing, but she was good, and worked until she died. I thought her whole crush on Safiyah worked, and I thought her whole hate for Alice also worked. It wasn't exactly deep and meaningful, but it, like I said, it worked, and she had a purpose, and she fulfilled it. Enigma. Another character I thought made a good henchwoman. This time for Black Mask, not Safiyah, although she used to work for Safiyah. Although I will say I liked her more than Whisper, but she did share her same fate, as in dying. I thought her whole stick of hypnotizing characters and being the daughter of Riddler really worked for me. Although I do think that the character did die a little too soon. I think I would have liked to see her more. As most of her appearances, she was really just a henchwoman for Black Mask, and I thought right at the point where she died, we started to learn about her being the daughter of Riddler, where her character got the most interesting. But at that point, she was going to die, so it was kind of, I think, not the best time to introduce that plot point in, since you're going to kill her off at the same, before you even brought in that plot point. So, like I said, I wish she did more than she did. Marcus Jet. Marcus is also a hard one. I thought he was a great villain, but he wasn't Joker. I didn't find him to be a Joker at all. I think he came across more like an original character rather than a copycat. I didn't think he had a Jokerous laugh. I didn't think he looked like the Joker. He didn't act like the Joker. His villain arc and stuff did not come across at all like the Joker. In fact, I think Alice hit on the head when she said that he was more like Harley Quinn, which I think is kind of correct. He's very much more like Harley Quinn, with being a fanboy of the Joker rather than being the Joker. He still was a good villain, of course, just not the Joker like they wanted him to be. Joker. He only appeared very, very briefly, but it was chilling. I'm very sad how brief it was, even. I thought the makeup was just right, the suit, the laugh, the way he talked, all was amazing. I really wish the character had a bigger presence and appeared more than just that one flashback, because he genuinely was very, very jokery and very comics accurate. And I feel like just it was very impressive because I did not think the Joker would appear in any capacity, but he did, and I thought it was very good. Mr. Zsasz. Honestly, probably my favorite version of the character. I thought he was very funny, but so scary. Wish he appeared more than just the 2 times. Both times, I thought his character very much chewed scenery very well. I thought his character deserved more time. For example, I think he should have had a bigger presence in the third season as maybe like Marcus's like second in command, seeing the fact that Marcus seemingly did trust him and liked him. So I think it would have been more interesting to see him more as, you know, Marcus is second in command, like have him by his side for most of the season. I would have loved to see more of Mr. Zsasz because his commentary on everything from Ryan to Jada to Marcus himself was hilarious. Magpie, the last villain of the day. I thought she looked cool, and I thought she was a fine freak of the week type character. Not all too deep, like the Beware the Batman version of her, but she was okay. And that's it. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.